In Ontario, we have over 200 plant and animal species listed as at risk of disappearing from the wild forever. But landowners, working together with biologists and local community groups, are striving to reduce that number, one species at a time. Sida hermaphrodita, commonly known as Virginia mallow, grows up to 3 meters tall. Its leaves resemble long, pointed maple leaves, and its white flowers, which bloom from July to October, are arranged in clusters at the top of the stem. Habitat destruction and invasive species are the leading causes of its decline.
Here in Canada, Sida is considered a critically endangered species because there are actually only 2 known locations where it's found. One, the largest population, is here at Tequania Conservation Area, and the second is located approximately 35 kilometers away on a privately owned quarry.
We do host a property that has one of only 2 of the populations known in Canada for Virginia mallow, which puts us in a unique position to actually steward the recovery of this species. So our first treatment season was last fall, and we're basically really looking for controlling European common reed, which is the Phragmites, and its habitat interactions, as well as hosting and supporting scientific research and doing some surveying and monitoring for the population as well, and having volunteers come in and help us out with the control of Phragmites.
Since around the 1980s, this area has been allowed to grow up with different species, and one of those species is Phragmites australis. Now, this species has been identified to be one of the most invasive species in the world, so its population has been expanding throughout this area at Tequania, and it's impacting and encroaching on the populations of Sida that are found here.
Because of the response that we've had here, we're kind of interested that neighboring properties might have it on it, or that anywhere in the southern Ontario area, maybe they've been walking on their property and they haven't even really noticed it. So I guess what we'd really like to do is have the public take a good look at their property or their riparian areas or their floodplains to see if it's there, because really it's a gorgeous plant, but it doesn't show bloom, it doesn't show big show, right? So you could easily have walked by it without even knowing it. So it's really nice to find those native populations so that we can study it further to know what we could do to actually further provide an adequate, healthy habitat for them.